Top 10, I got a top 10. Got my motivation high for my top 10. Gotta learn from the wise women and men. All my life, like nah, 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 nah. For my top 10, top 10, nah, nah, nah. This one's for my top 10.
Need motivation?
Watch a top 10 with Believe Nation.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and this channel was created to help you overcome the #1 challenge that is holding you back, a lack of belief in yourself. You watch these videos because you know there's something more inside you as well. You've got Michael Jordan level talent at something. So get ready to be joyful, be sensitive to life, and be a visionary with Sadhguru and my take on his top 10 rules of success, volume 6, to give you the motivation, confidence, and belief that you need. Enjoy. Okay, let's kick it off with rule #1, be joyful.
Only when you're in a pleasant state of experience, your body and your brain works at its best. There's no argument about that. There's enough evidence to show that. So whatever impact or success or reaching goals or growth or whatever you say, on one level in the physical world, it's about how well you harness your physiological and your psychological process, isn't it? Whether your body and mind works against you or works for you, this is a big difference. So there is enough evidence to show only when you're in pleasant levels of experience, this happens best. So obviously, joy is first, then growth. If you're joyful constantly and you have no fear of suffering because you understand all human experience comes from within you, and so you have managed to create the kind of experience that you want, now growth is possible unbridled. If you have the fear of falling down and suffering, you will not go very high, isn't it?
Rule #2, be sensitive to life.
You are a product of this planet, yes or no? Whatever nonsense individuals may think about themselves, we are all just a pop-up from this planet. You've seen those pop-ups on the computer screen? Pop, pop, yes? You're just a pop-up, you'll be gone. You can't believe you will be gone, huh? Me? I will be gone? Yes, all the very smart people, countless number of people who walked this planet before and you and me, where the hell are they, huh? Not a sign, all became topsoil, isn't it so? Weren't they pop-ups? Aren't you a pop-up? Poop, poop. You may think you have a great life and this and that. As far as the earth is concerned, it's just recycling its soil. Just throws you up and draws you back, throws you up and draws you back. So in this little pop-up, the important thing and the most important thing is, you create sensitivity within you, such sensitivity that every dimension of life comes into your experience. Before you fall dead, is it not important? You experience this life in this fullest possible scale, yes or no? Experience means people think, we must party every day. No, same damn thing how many times you will do. There is much more for the human life to explore. You must become sensitive. When I say sensitive, because the word sensitive is used in a wrong way, in the sense, when people say, oh, she's very sensitive, we are supposed to understand, she will get hurt for just about anything. Yes? No, being sensitive to life and being ego-sensitive are two different things. Being sensitive to life means if you walk into this hall, you experience everything that's here, you don't miss a thing. If you walk outside, you don't miss a thing. Every dimension of life should come into your experience.
Rule #3, be a visionary.
What a vision means is, say everybody has desires. Desire is an incremental way of enhancing our life. Today you desire, I must have a home, tomorrow you desire, I must have this money, tomorrow you desire something else. These are incremental ways of arranging and rearranging our lives, which are needed to do a few things. When you say, I'm a visionary, what you're saying is, I have a larger desire, which is not about just incremental improvement of my life. Desire is about me always. Vision is an all-inclusive process. So, this itself is a phenomenal thing if people Instead of having desires, if they have a vision, vision is always all-inclusive. Desire is personal. Desire leads to incremental changes and improvements. Vision can transform the whole situation.
Rule number 4, take control of your life.
So it's very important that there is nothing to miss out in life. Life is happening to all of us. Question is only, if I miss this party, am I missing out something? If I miss this examination, I am missing out something. If I miss this job, am I missing out something? This is simply because right now, who you are is not internally managed, it is externally stimulated. When you step out into the world, if you leave it to the people to decide what happens within you, they're going to drive you crazy in no time. Here it's all managed for you, you're not managing this. It's managed for you, what should happen to you, what should not happen to you, somebody else is managing it. When you step out on the street, if you leave it to other people's hands that they can decide whether you're happy or unhappy, you're going to be miserable for sure because they're going to do many things. What happens within you must be determined by you, isn't it?
Also, if you want to learn to have more self-love, check out my 254 series. It's free. The link to join is in the description below.
The quality of your life is essentially determined by how you carry this one. Yes or no?
Rule number 5, think consciously.
No technology is harmful. It is just that when human mind is in a certain level of destructive mode, every technology is harmful. Everything. You can take your laptop and slit somebody's head. Does it mean to say computers are dangerous? Suppose a few incidents happen like this. In many offices it happened, let's say in 10 different offices, it so happened somebody took Apple Air and slipped somebody's head. Does it mean to say laptops are dangerous? No, human beings are stupid. Whatever comes their way, they know how to turn it against themselves. When they've turned their own brains against themselves, what else do you want? Now there are technology de-addiction centers. You know this? Like there are drug de-addiction, alcohol de-addiction, now technology de-addiction centers, simply because we are in a compulsive mode. If we start eating, we don't know when to stop eating. That's a problem, big problem, quite a big problem. If we start drinking, we don't know when to stop drinking. If we start shopping, we don't know when to stop shopping. If we start using the phone, we don't know when to stop using the phone. So the problem is not of technology, the problem is of compulsiveness. When we say compulsiveness, it's just absence of consciousness, isn't it? If we were conscious human beings, we would use everything for our well-being and everybody's well-being. Because we're compulsive. We start doing something, we don't know how to stop. Endlessly we will do the same silly thing. So, whether it's virtual reality or artificial intelligence or anything, the problem is not of technology, never. Because they are just devices created by us. We are supposed to use it for our well-being. That's idea, isn't it? But see, most of the cutting-edge technology always goes into military usage in the world. Obviously, we don't know how to use it for our well-being, we are always using it to destroy something. This has been the thing always, not just now, because we've never worked on human consciousness. If human beings lived consciously, if the leadership in the world was a conscious leadership, the question of using technology against human well-being or the well-being of anything wouldn't arise, isn't it? Technology means enhancement of our capability, isn't it?
Rule number 6, manage your mind.
Fear is always about what may happen or may not happen, right? Fear is not about what we are experiencing right now. What will happen is always the fear. Or in other words, your fear is about something which is not yet. Your fear is about something which does not exist. This is all management people. If there were somebody from a psychiatry department, you could have asked them, if I have fear about something that does not exist, what is my condition? They would have a title for you. Yes, NIMHANS is close by, I think. We can always consult, that is also a premier institution. We are suffering something which doesn't even exist. Yes? If you're suffering something that doesn't even exist, it is not about life, it is not about education, it's not about career, it is just about your mind being out of control. Is that not an important aspect that you should manage first before we allow you to manage an industry or a business? Is it not important, first of all, you learn to at least manage your mind? Hello? Isn't it important? Absolutely. If you do not know how to manage your mind, what the hell are you going to manage in the world? Managers are all freaking out and growing ulcers in their stomachs. Yes, today it's become normal, if you are a CEO by 45, if you don't have an ulcer, you're not a great CEO. Because you are managing by accident like this. The fear comes because there is an accidental possibility, isn't it? Tell me, let's say you don't know how to ride a bicycle. You sat on it, it was on stand, you were just pedaling for fun, and it came off stand and started rolling. Anxiety or no? Started rolling faster, fear or no? Very fast, terror or no? It's not because bicycle produces terror, it is just that you don't know how to ride. If you know how to ride, faster it goes, the better it is. Isn't it? Faster it goes, the better it is. The very basis why we created a bicycle is because we wanted to go faster than walking. That's the idea. But if you do not know how to ride, how much fear it creates. Right now your problem is not with the world, your problem is not with your education, your problem is your education system, right from kindergarten, hasn't told you a damn thing about how to manage yourself.
Rule number 7, meditate.
People are having disturbed sleep because of the way they're keeping their minds. If you are in a comfortable state of mind, if you go to sleep, the body knows when to wake up. One day it may sleep for this many hours, another day it may sleep for half the amount of time. It's perfectly fine. Body needs rest, body does not need sleep. Restfulness is not in the hours, it is in the drop of metabolic activity that you have. Generally in deep sleep, your metabolism drops approximately 8%. You sit for Shambhavi, your metabolic activity can drop up to 24%. The restfulness that you're gaining in meditation is 3 times more profound than sleep. Then one thing that'll happen to you is, sleep quota will come down suddenly.
Rule number 8, live a full-fledged life.
See, everybody is looking for tidbits of life. Give me 3 points with which I will make my life, one mantra with which everything will be solved. That's not how life is, it's a comprehensive process. The simple way to look at it is like this. Today you know because of medical sciences that your entire body, in a way, is a chemical soup. The question is only, is it a great soup or a lousy soup? So if it's a great soup, then it tastes wonderful for you and tastes wonderful for everybody around you. If it's a lousy soup, then you have to manage with presentation. When the chef is bad, you know, he decorates it.
Right.
These days food comes with flowers on it. Never ever outside situations will happen 100% your way. But what happens within you If it's happening 100% your way, you will be in the best possible state always. You will keep yourself in the best possible way. Are you as good as somebody? That's not the point. Are you full-fledged? That is the point.
Rule number 9, master your inner self.
If you go outside in the garden and try to catch an ant, the BHU ant, who is born here, who's grown up here and probably he'll die here, that BHU ant, if you try to catch him, he'll say, okay, to hell with my life, okay, crush me if you want. Is it so? He'll do everything to protect himself. He values his life, isn't it? Very much or no? Tiny little creature that we may not even notice, we may step on him without even seeing him, unfortunately. But he values his life immensely. Does he or no? He's got spark. But you, a human being, at least on this planet, you're the peak of evolution, physiologically at least. Yes? If other behavioral aspects, if we may have questions but physiologically at least, the most evolved creature on the planet. What the most evolved creature on the planet means is, it has the most complex neurological system and it has the highest level of cerebral capability. That means you can think, you can remember, you have memory. You have a very vivid sense of memory and a fantastic sense of imagination. An ant doesn't have such a vivid sense of memory, nor does he have any great imagination. He has some. But he has a presence of mind about the life that he is living. Because the education systems that you're going through right from kindergarten level is such that it is about everything except you. It's about everything else. Somebody is PhD in tourism, somebody is PhD in biotechnology, somebody is PhD in something. Nothing about this. How does this function? There is no attention at all. A human being functions. You know, you have a Kala Bhairava temple here. What this means is, a human being exists in 3 times. He lives because of the richness of his memory. How rich is your memory determines what you will do and what you will not do right now, isn't it so? So memory is important, the present experience is important, and how vivid is your imagination for tomorrow is very important. Right now the problem is, these things have all gotten mixed up because discipline of faculty has simply not come. Nothing has been taught to our children that there needs to be… Discipline means people think English kind of discipline, walking like this like idiots. Discipline of faculty is not there. Because of this, your own mind turns against you. What happened 10 years ago, you still suffer? Hello? What may happen day after tomorrow, you already suffer? Because there's no discipline of faculty. You don't know how to use your memory, you don't know how to use your imagination. Your memory makes you suffer, your imagination makes you suffer, and you think you're suffering your life. You are not suffering your life, you are only suffering the 2 greatest faculties of being human, vivid sense of memory and a fantastic sense of imagination, isn't it so? If you suffer the greatest faculties that you have, what can we do with you? If you suffer an ailment, understandable. If you suffer a disability, understandable. If you suffer your ability, hopeless case. Yes or no? You're suffering your capabilities. If you're suffering your disability, it's all right. You're suffering your capabilities. I must tell you this, about 4–5 months ago, I think, you might have seen it on the news, a young lady, 34-year-old lady, who was a television anchor in Hyderabad, jumped off the 5th floor window, killed herself. left a note, nobody is responsible for my death, my brain is my enemy. How many million years it took to get this brain to this size and now it becomes your enemy? She articulated this, but this is true with almost 90% of the human beings. They are suffering their own intelligence, isn't it? If you take away half their brain, if you take away half their brain, they will be peaceful. Yes. And that is why a whole bunch of idiots are going about saying that the ultimate goal of life is peace of mind. Such people will only rest in peace.
And rule number 10, the last one before a very special bonus clip, is dance. Now I have a special bonus clip from Sadhguru on how to be 100% yes to life. But before that, it's time for the 3-point landing questions. Let's go from just watching the video to taking action. Here we go. Question number 1. What does living a full-fledged life look like for you? Number 2. How can you be more joyful today? And number 3. Where do you need to take more control in your life? And if you like this video and you will take action after watching it, give me a hashtag believe down in the comments as well.
The difference between heaven and hell is just this. You're doing something willingly, that's your heaven. You're doing something unwillingly, that's your hell. We have already taken on attitudes, what we like and what we don't like. I like this person, I don't like this person. Now with this person I will do things willingly, with this person I'll do things unwillingly. This may be two people, two aspects of life, two communities, two nations, two many things. This I will do willingly, this I do unwillingly. This means I've decided in my mind this is good, this is bad. When I hear even on national news channels, good guys and bad guys, it just… once you have this kind of thing, you are going to be disastrous to the planet, it's just a question of time. The moment you decide, this is a good person, this is a bad person, this has gone deep into American society. No, there are no good people and bad people. Everybody is oscillating between the two. If you create a very pleasant, wonderful atmosphere, everybody behaves wonderfully. If you create an unpleasant atmosphere, a whole lot of people act nasty. Yes or no? There are joyful people and miserable people, but there are no good people and bad people.
That's big.
The moment we think we are good, we are entitled to destroy the bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, we've been destroying a lot of people for a long time. Time to stop that because human beings are in different levels of experience and understanding, variety of people. Anybody who is not like you is obviously bad, isn't it? Isn't it so? Those who are not like me must be bad people. Because the basis of goodness and what you think is goodness is decided by you. No, you have no business to do that. Willing means this, I'm just willing. I'm 100% yes to life. I am not yes to this one, no to this one, no. I am just yes and yes to life. If you are 100% yes to life, you are a volunteer.
Oh, that's beautiful.
You have become a willing life. You have become so willing that you have no will of your own.
If you want another amazing video highlighting excellence in the Indian community, check it out right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.